This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Another episode of Hashtag Saints Twitter podcast coming at you. And I feel like I need to do this on behalf of you, Ryan. I wasn't expecting to do this. I don't want to do it in a public domain. But I think we need to have our first ever STP intervention right here on the podcast. I need to do it, man. I need to do it. This man's in the Discord. Every little Sean Payton article, presser, tweet, you are knee deep. You need help, Ryan.
Help
you need
me. Help me. I watched the 45-minute.
No!
The 45-minute introductory presser today, Adam. It's not even my team, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with me, bro?
Lord help this man.
What's the whole thing, bro?
I will say it's probably, regardless of it being your team or not, it's probably it's a lot more engaging than a fucking Dennis Allen.
Oh, bro. That's part of why I didn't listen to it, man. I just wanted to hear. It's my coach, man. It's my coach. And I'm like, I'm still saying fuck. Like, we still fuck Sean. Don't get it twisted.
Right, he just today said every time he says that, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback workout ever. Like, it just kind of just falls back to the top, bro. I remember when Jimmy Graham got traded. And, Mike Triplett's our dude. He's been on the podcast numerous times. But I just remember being so annoyed with Mike Triplett, bro, because like all during his first training camp in Seattle, retweets from like the beat writers in Seattle, and I'm just like, nigga, I don't hate her right now.
And that's why I'm bad now with it, bro. Like, just
no, it feels exactly the same. I learned very early in my adolescence that when you go through a separation, breakup, what have you, with someone, like the absolute worst thing you can do. Back then, it was probably what? MySpace. I don't know. I'm old out there, y'all. But the worst thing you could do is just go through the social media and just check in. Oh,
I'm checking in, bro. I'm checking in, bro. And now that like I get all these Broncos stuff on my YouTube suggestions, so I'm looking at all the Broncos team like shit, their little podcasts and stuff where they talking about Sean Payton and they talking about the Saints. Sometimes I be wanting to know what they're gonna say about the Saints. Like, I just want to hear kind of like
a different perspective. Yeah. That I get.
But yeah, man, I'm done with it, bro. Like, I'm done. I went through my grieving process. It kind of, I thought I was good, but then like once the shit was finalized and like the Broncos were tweeting out, his picture and shit, it kind of hit me. And you saw that all the time. Like, everybody was just like, man, this is fucking weird. Because it just was weird, bro. Like, it just was weird seeing him in that blue and orange. And it's like, damn, like, this shit, it's really over. Like, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's the same feeling like some people would get when they, like, get it. Like even though like they separate or whatever, but when they finally sign like the divorce papers and stuff, it's like,
yeah.
Wow, it's really over. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I kind of felt.
Man, my ex-wife got like a 7-month-old right now, bro. For you, I just wish that Sean and the Broncos would get to the baby and having portion of the relationship, whatever that is. I don't even know what that would be, bro.
I don't even know, bro. It got more to do with the Saints. You know what I'm saying? Like if the Saints was coming right now, I wouldn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but being that we're on the subject of Sean Payton, I feel like I gotta mention this from jump. Is I think what came out today is just such a huge example of one, the contrast between Sean Payton and Dennis Allen. I know you're not supposed to compare the two. Listen, when you go from a Hall of Fame coach to a bottom 3 NFL coach, like it is very noticeable. But what does Sean Payton do when he comes in? When he came into New Orleans, he got rid of, at the time, the culture that had been established, right? Lazy boys in the locker room, just all this very nonchalant shit. Got rid of it. Came in, put his dick down, you know, he's in charge, my team, my show. We're going to be a very seriously ran organization. He gets to Denver. What does he do? Someone asked him a question about Russell Wilson's, I don't know, his little entourage, his little personal people, whatever. And Sean was like,
Team 3. It's called Team 3. I didn't know about it. I had to look into this earlier today. They have their own office. In the Broncos headquarters. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
That's some crazy shit. Go ahead.
But first, like, Sean didn't even know all the details. He was just getting a question at the presser, bro. And he was just like, what? Oh, no, there will be no more of that going forward.
That's not happening, period.
Point blank, period. All right. Let's rewind. Let's go back. OTAs. We doing this podcast. We seeing tweets, and me and you seen tweets, and we just like, it's kind of weird, bro. There's a lot of players missing from OTAs. Like, and we talked about it on the podcast. It was like the first big like difference we saw between a Dennis Allen.
Everybody just like, oh, it's a bunch of it's voluntary. Nobody cares about voluntary OTAs.
Everybody was kind of like, you guys are making it like too much of a big deal. And I was like, all right, man, like maybe we are. But for us as fans who've been super like, and I'm not saying that any other fans are not super connected or invested in the team, but it was just a stark contrast to seasons past, just night and day difference. And I think that the difference in what you see between the two is you have Sean Payton. He comes in, it's his team, attention to detail. Like, I run the show. We're going to be a serious organization. But with Dennis Allen, it's very, blah, just stretch out. You take a couple of days. Oh, you might be on vacation. It's like, again, getting back to that analogy of a substitute teacher.
Right.
And very relaxed, maybe not the attention to detail isn't as close as it needs to be. Shit like that, which may seem minimal on the surface, in terms of winning football games on Sunday, Thursday, or Monday, is fucking huge.
Huge, bro.
Huge.
And, I mean, I thought about back, like, the old Tyrann Mathieu thing, him just taking, like, a couple of weeks off.
Training camp, bro. First time in this defense.
And it showed. When the game started, it showed. It showed
yes.
that, he wasn't in the mix. He was not in the mix. And that goes for the entire defense. It took months for the defense to really come around, and they can't afford that this upcoming season, regardless who's at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They cannot afford to start. Like this team needs this defense. Like whatever they plan on doing on offense, which we have no idea. They're running it back. We don't know. His team needs his defense. You know what I'm saying? And, I guess, you can move on to some of the news that's been coming out because now, like DA is, just like Sean Payton, you said put his dick down. DA putting his dick down and saying, this is my defense, and he created it in his image. It is 2014 Oakland, baby. Let's go.
That dick flaccid as hell, bro. Bitch don't even make a thud when it hit the table. It's just like, can we not? Okay, even before getting into the whole Joe Woods thing, because that shit happened right after we had recorded the Chris Richard thing. Yep. And then the news came out that they're going to have Joe Woods in for an interview for potential defensive coordinator. I want to get to the other shit that happened today, which I think is even more telling than the Joe Woods thing. The Joe Woods thing isn't that telling to me because if you listen to the Patreon only episode, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. When you're a head coach like Dennis Allen and you don't got much networking or much contacts in the league on your Rolodex and your phone, whatever it is, then at that point you can only go to what you know, right? But it was super telling to me that Zach Strief, been with the Saints long time. And some as a player, then he transitioned to play-by-play, then he joined the coaching staff. Kind of seemed like he was going to be one of those New Orleans lifers or like Saints lifers to some degree. You could tell he loved the city, embraced it, had became his home. Oh, he's now the offensive line coach for Sean Payton in Denver. Now I get it, right? And on one hand, you become an O-line coach as opposed to like a census O-line coach. That's a promotion. That's more money. No question. I get it. I get all that. I'm not trying to say that it may have not been anything more than that, but it's just extremely telling to me that there's been a mass exodus of talent on the coaching staff. Zach Strief gone. Ryan Nielsen again becomes the defensive coordinator. That's a promotion, but I'm not sure Ryan Nielsen was going to come back even if he didn't get a DC job. There, people and coaches in this league, and I don't want to make it specific to just former coaches that used to be on Dennis Allen's staff. There could be like free agent coaches, offensive coaches, defensive coaches. It is very clear. This is not rumor. This is not conjecture. This is not me just hypothesizing. These are absolute facts. Are consistently telling the Saints and consistently sending the message back of I don't want to go. I don't want to go coach there. Which is, again, we talked about everything Sean Payton had built in a 15, 16-year span. Built, bro. Like, the Saints weren't Rome, but God damn it, we were goddamn close for a couple of goddamn seasons, bro. Like, we as fans, as football fans, I know we only got one Super Bowl, but the highs were high as shit. Now, yes, the lows hurt like a motherfucker. But the highs were high. To go from that, where you have free agents want to come, kind of like a little bit kind of how the Tom Brady factor was when he went to Tampa Bay. It's like, oh shit, now everyone wants to go to Tampa Bay. Now, the Saints had maybe not to that level, but at least a couple of levels below, like, shit, I want to go play with Drew Brees. I want to go play with Sean Payton. I'm going to go play in that offense. Defensive players wanted to come play. Whatever it was, that was established. You had coaches from around the league. Chris Richard wants to come coach for the Saints. In 1 year or one season, 365 fucking days, that general message has now been, yeah, I'm not going to take that call. Oh, I'm not going to return that call. What?
Man.
We got a crisis on our hands right now, folks, and I don't think y'all know how bad shit is. I'm just letting it off my chest, right? I just needed to just need to get it off.
Oh, it sucks, man. It sucks. And look, we'll see how everything turns out. Like I said, defensively, this is going to be DA's defense, man. I am so fascinated to see, because it's just kind of assumed that the defense is going to be good. And I don't understand why that's assumed.
Highly assumed, too. Like, it's not even, it's just like people are like kind of taking it to the bank. And I'm like, really? Really? We really sure that I'm not, and again, this is not me as a fan trying to manifest that they don't have a good defense because I want to see DA fail. I don't dislike him that much, although, well, I didn't take that back. But like, it's me and you have been seeing it a lot, just in regards to just the standard assumption of like the defense is still going to be able to be at least last year's level,
right,
of standard of play, and I don't see it.
Or like the last half of last year, you know. But then you got to think about it. Cam Jordan, year older. Onyemata, free agent. A lot of this we're going to have to see how free agency plays out. You know, Davenport, even though, you know, even with him as what he was, he's going to be gone, most likely. You know, or maybe he comes back. Even if he does come back, what are you getting? You know what I'm saying? You know, who knows? We'll see what happens with Ellis. DeMario Davis, he a year older. Last year, I started to see the age a little bit. He was still a dog.
Man. We all did, but yes.
He was still a dog, but we started to see the age a little bit. Your secondary is still pretty good, but even that, you never know, bro. Like, you got all these coaching changes going on. You got some young players. Adebo, he showed some lumps last year after a real promising rookie season. You know how cornerbacks go, bro. Like, you could look good one season and trash the next, depending on how your pass rush is, depending on, you know, how you doing physically and stuff like that. You know,
perfect example. Let's just look at Jalen Ramsey, bro.
Jalen Ramsey.
He looked like the last season when they went to the Super Bowl. He looked like a certified, and you know, as he has in seasons past, bona fide certified 1A cornerback, potentially best cornerback in the league. Wasn't close. Played outstanding 2 seasons ago. Last season looked garbage. Corner's hard, man. It's such a fickle position.
Such a difficult position. Remember Clint Crawley? Remember 2017? He came in. Crawley clamps, bro.
Clamps, baby.
Clamping them up.
Get the coffins.
That next season, boy, couldn't get him out of there fast enough.
Eli Apple.
That's another
thinking with Saints example.
There was a stretch of football where we were like, man, how are the Saints going to figure out how to pay Eli Apple?
Talk about it.
I remember those
Talk about
it. We were trying to figure out how we going. I know y'all don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it.
Talk about it, right?
We were trying to keep Eli Apple, and then, you know, he went back to his old self, and then we moved on, and we got Jack.
If I remember correctly, his drop in play didn't happen until he got dinged up and he got injured. If I remember correctly,
I think so.
Just like with the Debo, bro. Like these, like injuries to corners. Like, first of all, it's the hardest position to play in sports. Don't care what anyone else say. It's the hardest position to play in sports. You're doing something unnatural. Me and Ryan talked about this all the time. You don't know where the person that you're defending is going. And the way that the NFL is officiated, especially in today's NFL, like you can do very little to an opposing offensive skill position player where you might not get called for a penalty.
Right.
It's hard to play corner in the NFL.
So hard. Yeah. No question.
But you add an injury like, anything that takes away your, alters your change of direction, alters your speed just a little bit, and you can look real bad out there real quick. Also, just like kickers, corner and kickers, the thing about confidence and having a short memory.
Oh yeah.
If you don't have that, if you letting plays linger, like you're done. Like you're not gonna.
That's number one on my list. Like that's the number one thing. If I'm evaluating the corner, like that's the number one thing. Like can you get burnt one play and then lock down the next one? That's all I want to see. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I'm just saying, like so many things can easily go wrong with the defense to have it looking very mid. Like, it could be very mid, and I mean that would just be a disaster, especially for Dennis Allen because you ain't got nothing to hang your head on them, bro. Like right now, the only thing he hangs his head on is he could coach that defense up. And right now, he's putting the stamp down, getting rid of all these coaches and say, this is DA's defense. We don't care about who I'm calling the plays. I'm running the scheme. I'm coaching up the secondary. This is my defense. And if it fails, ooh, boy, I don't know what Lick Loom is going to do. I can hear the Saints fans already, boy. Ooh.
We already got the pitchforks ready. Like the pitchforks are already ready and the season hasn't even happened yet. But if it goes bad and you got the defense looking like garbage, ooh, man. It gets grim real quick. Real quick. Speaking of coaching staff, Tom Pelissero, NFL Network reported this today. I have Tom Pelissero blocked, by the way. But worth noting, Saints assistant secondary coach, Corey Robinson, who ran the DB room last season, let his contract expire and is a free agent. A bright young assistant who just coached in the Senior Bowl. And then Ross Jackson, shout out to our dude Ross, quotes that tweet and says, whoever lands Robinson is going to get a damn good coach. Someone who I believe might not be the same person, but I believe this person might be in our Discord. Jimbo Conley on Twitter responds to Ross saying, Saints have no interest in keeping good young coaches, multiple question marks. Ross replies, or the good young coaches didn't have interest in staying. Not a one-way street. Neither is great, though. Hello?
Get him, Ross.
Hello? Do you know how not great shit has to be when you get Ross Jackson out of his comfort zone of being his just optimistic, sunny side up egg self all the time, bro? Like
him, John Hendricks, they've been coming. I'm like, man.
God, John Hendricks and Ross Jackson and our dude Ruffalulu just
Chris out your leg.
It's not easy to annoy us, but like you annoying like the nicest dudes in Saints Twitter who are always typically optimistic. Like you doing something wrong as an organization, bro.
Man, and I mean, just think about it as an assistant. A DB coach. Like, bro, like it's hard to get jobs in the NFL. So just for that to happen is just like it's just crazy to me. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if he, decided to part ways or Saints just didn't want to. But it smells funny to me. This shit don't smell right to me, bro. I know people want to say, "Oh, it's nothing," and it's just blah blah blah. It don't smell right to me, man. And maybe it's just some of my internal bias leaking out or whatever. But I don't know. Something ain't right.
So we're okay. I'm going to say one thing, but I'm going to counter the one thing I'm going to say because this is what people, this is kind of what's out there. It's just like well, it's Dennis Allen. Like, he's the head coach. So he does have a right to hire his, what staff he wants. He has a right to do all this and all that, right? Which is true. As a head coach, that's exactly what you should do. You should mold and form your staff and your team as you see fit. But my counterpoint to that is what this speaks to me. And I said on the last podcast episode, but what it speaks to me is and this is not, again, not conjectures. This is not rumors. This is what's known. This is what's known. Doesn't matter how good you are at your job as a coach. Doesn't matter how good you are or how talented you are as a player. If you are not moving a certain type of way, if you're not doing certain type of things that I think you should do them this way, maybe not nefarious things, but just my way type of things, then you don't have a spot on this team. In the coaching ranks, on coaching ranks, on the field, don't got a spot for you. Don't got it. You can go. And the bow on top of all that is the hiring of Joe Woods this morning as defensive coordinator. So we didn't get to meet Josh Risden when we were at the Senior Bowl last year. We didn't get to meet him. I've followed Jeff. I said Josh. I followed Jeff for a very long time. I used to follow all his things on Real GM. They have a little football section, known more for their basketball, but they have a football section. Jeff is a Lions fan, like a diehard Detroit Lions fan. He has a Lions podcast, but like the team he covers for like money and all that is the Cleveland Browns. He's been doing that for a couple of years. And the perfect thing that Jeff Risden said in regards to the hiring of Joe Brown, who was the Browns defensive coordinator last year, got fired early in the coaching, carousel early this offseason. Sorry, this is terrible podcasting, but I just wanted to get the tweet up. I thought I'd have it up by. But he said, it is hard to field a bad defense with the cornerbacks the Browns had and Myles Garrett. But Woods pulled that off 2 years in a row.
Yeah, the Browns defense was a mess, bro.
Mess.
And it wasn't even like just talent. It was like blown coverages, mistakes, just mess. Just like obviously coaching. Like it was. I remember Greg Rosenthal calling for his job. Everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? They don't normally do that type of stuff. So it was terrible. It was terrible.
And like we don't even have a player on defense at nearly the level of a Myles Garrett, bro.
Oh, hell no. But look, from what I understand, he's going to be more focused on the secondary. And look, like we know, DA is going to call the plays. It's DA's defense. And look, if you look at his history, Joe Woods, he had some good defenses too. He had some good defenses with the Broncos. He was with DA with the Raiders. Those defenses were trash. So it's kind of like a mixed bag. You don't know. Regardless of what happens, this defense, the performance of this defense falls on DA's head, bro. Straight up. So I didn't really have a hot take about the Joe Woods thing. I was just like, this DA, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like I don't want to hear nothing after this. I don't want to hear nothing. This is your defense. But at the meantime, offense just over here looking like, damn, can I get some attention over here? Like, to me, that's just the thing. Like, why isn't nobody screaming? It was one of the worst offenses in Saints history, bro.
Got shut out during the game, Ryan.
One of the worst offenses in the league this year, bro.
Shut out in the game.
literally the reason this team was 7-10 is because of the offense. And yes, it's easy to just say, well, they had Andy Dalton, their quarterback. It's bigger than Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton, a big reason. Don't get me wrong, but it's bigger than Andy Dalton, man. Bigger than Andy Dalton. And the fact that just keep doing what you're doing seems to be the motto over there. Like, bro, like it's just all good, man. And I know what they're thinking. I know 100% know they 100% believe it's just a quarterback issue. That's it. It's just a quarterback issue.
Not an issue of, okay, we got some Ferraris and Chris Olave and Raheem Shaheed, but we want to run a death by 1,000 cuts offense.
They want to run a Toyota offense. They want to run a Toyota Corolla offense, and they got 2 Ferraris out here.
Help me understand it, Ryan. Help me understand it.
They got Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara been screaming for help just for months now.
This man feels like he's a hostage, bro. Like every time the terrorists start making hey, the man, he's the one reading the note.
If you just pay attention, if you watch any of his pressers this year, if you watch his tweets, he telling you everything, bro. And he without getting in trouble and being like a cancer and nothing like that, he's telling you, bro. Like that dude, he is disgusted with what's going on. Disgusted.
As he should be.
As he should be.
You go from a coach that can match your football intelligence, create opportunities for you, put you in favorable matchups where then all you have to use is your God-given ability to go make a play, make a big play, whatever. A coach that you give him a suggestion at halftime, and then in quarter 3, that suggestion is done in the game that leads to a big play. To I don't even know last season, bro. Like I can't, you would feel stunted, right? You would feel not challenged. Now, sometimes in life, right? Sometimes we work at jobs where it's a very mundane job. We don't have to use a lot of brain cells. It's very just like go in, do my job, collect a paycheck, blah, blah. And for some, that's like, and that's okay. And that's a way of life. And that's how people get through life. And I've definitely done it in my life. Absolutely. But if you have a job where you are challenged and you have a great environment, a great culture, a great boss. Now, maybe everything with the boss ain't too good from time to time. Maybe from sometimes you're going to ignore some of your boss's phone calls and text messages. But, maybe a month after you get a big raise and you're like, all right, this dude's all right. To go from that, and then it's like a whole different management team comes in and just have you just, bro.
Man.
Can't.
It's the worst.
The worst. We had all this moving, jobbing has happened on the coaching staff, and have they hired? let me correct this. Besides Zach Strief leaving, and Dan Roshire being fired, I have not seen any changes to the offensive side of the ball except a coach getting fired and a coach leaving.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all that has happened, bro.
What? But don't worry, because you know what, Ryan? And I'm not saying this because I have any inside knowledge. I don't know if this is actually something that's going to happen. So I'm saying this facetiously. But don't worry, Ryan. In 2 weeks, they're going to trade for Derek Carr, and that's going to be the person who comes in and just stirs it all up and just makes it work. And I'm not even like a huge Derek Carr hater, bro.
And my main selling point with Carr is, man, he's never played with a good defense. And it would just be so saintly for him to come here.
Don't do it.
For him to come here and then the Saints have a bottom 5 defense, bro.
I just, again, the vision is clear. The vision is, this is DA's show. He can, he's whatever it is, bringing his coaches in, whatever coaches he's won, whatever players he wants, whatever he wants. This is him. And you would hope with all his fingerprints being all over the team, you would hope that it works out. We shall see.
We shall see, man. I don't know. I don't know, boss.
Not going to spend too long on this one, but we did want to get on and just kind of touch on a little bit of all these the coaching moves and the assistants leaving and things like this. I know that you've been in the lab with stats and spreadsheets and potentially I don't know for sure, but maybe that might be like become a thing if you're a Patreon, and we don't know what we have in the works, but
working on it.
You've been in the lab. It being draft season, it hasn't hit me yet. I may be so disillusioned about maybe how the team might do, bro. It may not even hit me all season, bro.
Might
not. Like at least by this point, for the Senior Bowl just happened, and I didn't look up a single observation.
Look, nothing, bro.
Nothing, Ryan. Nothing.
And I feel bad because people are like, what do you think about so and so? I'm like, man.
Couldn't tell you, bro.
I have no idea.
Could not tell you.
I would get on. I got my little list of prospects. I looked at what the defensive end out of your school, Texas Tech.
Oh, Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, I looked at him today. I was like, man, he fits what they look for. As far as mobile, I think he'll be gone anyway. But so.
I only know this because he went to Texas Tech. I think he's going top 15,
mm-hmm.
maybe even bottom of like the top 10.
He screams top 15, like he's going top 15. So I just watched a few minutes. I was like, yeah, but the Saints, bro, like they don't stand pat, and we know what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Although I said that, and I would have easily thought that Jermaine Johnson,
right,
last season, he took a tumble, bro.
He did, man.
He took a tumble, a very unexpected tumble, and it's like y'all niggas drafted Peyton Turner the year before.
Oh.
Y'all just should have. And again, it's hard to think like this from a team perspective because you never know what's going to happen in the draft. But this is more of a hindsight comment. But like y'all took a player who was inactive of the final game of his second season for completely healthy, was inactive, and Jermaine Johnson just tumbled down the draft board. I remember when we did our little mocks, bruh.
Yeah.
And Jermaine Johnson failed, and we was like, boom, take him, gone.
Give me.
God. But it'll be interesting to see. I will say this about the Saints, as doom and gloom as I know we potentially sound. I will say one thing about the draft that is at least semi-encouraging is they need any position you tell me they could draft, I'd be like, yes.
Mm-hmm. Any position.
Like, oh, they could go defensive tackle. Okay. Oh, they could go interior guard. Okay.
Any offensive
position.
They
could go
any offensive
tight
position.
End. I don't care because all of those positions, they need young, good football players.
Yes. Even if there's somebody already there, like, they need to be switched up.
Usually I have like my mandates of like, please don't draft a certain position in the draft or like, please don't, whatever.
DT.
All my mandate is this draft season, Ryan, just draft good players, man. Good players. Don't care the position. If they good, draft them.
That's it.
Don't care.
That is it.
I'm not asking for much. I really don't feel like I'm asking for much.
You're not. But, we'll see, man. It's going to be an interesting draft season. It's so long. Got the Super Bowl coming up. Then it's like a couple of weeks. Then you got free agency.
it's a tricky free agency for them because one, they have to get their cap situation in order, which is ho hum. Like this has become a.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Baker's, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Baker's worth it every time. Baker's, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
An annual ritual at this point. But I think they would approach it in this sense. If they're able to trade for a quarterback, big if, but they get a Derek Carr, they got a Jimmy Garoppolo or whatever. Like they would see that as their huge free agency acquisition, which it would be, and I wouldn't belittle that or whatever. Because they need a quarterback.
It's a need.
It's a need. It's 100% a need. And let's say this is me wishful thinking. This is me not knowing anything. But let's say they brought back Caden Ellis on a reasonable deal. They brought back Juwan Johnson on a reasonable deal. Extended them early. Don't even let them get to like, was it ERFA or Juwan Johnson would be ERFA in ERFA. Caden Ellis would be just a free agent. But bring back players who played well for you this season, and who are ascending. Like I think the worst thing that they could do is lose one of them, or both of them would be criminal. If they lost both players, homegrown players that they developed and have brought along, like that is a criminal offense. That is a negligent offense from a team organization perspective. So let's say they get a quarterback, they bring back Caden, they bring back Juwan Johnson. I don't know. Let's just say they brought back Sheldon Rankins to potentially fill the defensive tackle need position. Right. Like maybe besides maybe a little tweaks and moves here and there, but it's an okay free agency, right? Like I think it ain't great. It's not great.
I'm talking about like just the whole free agency class that's coming out. It's not like it's not star-studded. You know what I'm saying?
The absolute fucking wisest thing that they can do in this free agency is not invest any more money into Marcus Davenport.
Yes, I agree.
It's the wisest thing that they could do, bro. Anything, if they invest more money into him, that tells me, and I know they want to bring him back. I know they want to bring him back, and if they do that, then it tells me everything I need to know about the team. It's same old team.
I would just wash my hands with it, I mean, there is a contract I would bring him back for, but I don't think he would want to sign it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he would want to sign it. I think he would easily get more money from another team that has cap space and who could justify, overpaying a defensive end.
Right. Bills might do it, or so many teams out there that I could see doing that. The Chicago Bears, I could see them. They got a ton of money. Texans got a ton of money. So
get your ass back to San Antonio, Texas, or just go back to Texas, bro.
You might feel better, bro. You might feel better, man.
Be around family, or I don't know. Just don't come back here.
But yeah, I do think they just need to. Free agency comes, they just need to do how they do, man. Get on that Goodwill shopping rack. Be smart, man. Somebody hit me up today. It was like, man, Saints should sign old little bro, Bijan Robinson, bro.
Yes. Bring him back. You can bring him in. Can we also get Al Woods? I don't know if he signed a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. Get out, Al
live
Woods.
On 1-year deals, bro. He live on 1-year deals.
Al Woods would, by himself, vastly improve the run defense on this team that has completely deteriorated this past season.
Completely.
When asked about DA was like, run defense, yardage don't really matter. Like, as long as we get the win. What, nigga? What are you saying?
Yeah.
Just there's some little moves that they could do. So the Ashawn move would be one. Al Woods would be another. I was banging the table for them last season to sign either like Rashad Penny or Devontae Foreman. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Devontae Foreman looks great for the Panthers in spurts this past year. Like, can we just get a running back? James Robinson will be a free agent from the Jets. Can you just get one? Can you get one running back
and draft one?
Yes. If I see fucking David Johnson or whoever else one more fucking time, but yeah, we have a long offseason ahead. Kinda, I guess. Man, it's kind of crazy, bro. The Super Bowl to Sunday, and then there'll be a little down period, and then free agency will be here before you know it. Honestly,
oh yeah.
And the old me, when I would be looking forward to this is the time where I come alive, and I'm just like, ooh, kid under a Christmas tree. Like, the time would just go by so slow, just forever.
Bro.
Yeah, bro, this shit was zooming, bro. Don't zoom it.
Used to be tweaking for free agency, bro. Like, looking at PFF, who's their top-rated free agents. Victor Butler, man. Sign Victor Butler. But that's one thing Saints should do is, and I'm stealing this kind of from Mike Triplett, but he was saying, just like Saints had like somebody like Ellis or Jawan Johnson step up this year, and they're not on anybody's like top 100 free agent list. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's kind of low key. Saints need to be investigating other teams and looking for those type of guys. Young guys is just kind of on their final year, and they kind of just finally started figuring it out that you can get on a nice little cheap deal that nobody going to be checking for. Those are the ones you want. Signing a nice free agent that's 24, 25 years old, 26. Like, those are the nice ones and then they're on the ascendance of their career. Those are the ones that pay off because, they ascend and you still, reaping the benefits of not like a contract that's not too crazy. But you go pay some of these guys that's, 28 years old and they got Pro Bowls and all that, man, you're just going to be wasting money, bro. You might get 1 year out the deal. So they're just going to be smart about it and plan accordingly for the future because I ain't going to lie, bro. I'm not somebody that I really don't care about the cap. But I'm just tired of seeing Saints on this, top of the negative list, like the negative. I'm just tired of that. Like, where is this money going? That's all I want to know. Where is the money going? I understood it when we had Drew Brees was paying for big time players and all that stuff. Where's the money going now? We ain't paying nobody, bro. Who are we paying? Who is taking this money? But then you look at it like we still paying Drew Brees. We still paying, like we started still paying Jarvis Bird up in this motherfucker. Who knows? You
know? One quick thing I forgot to add when we were talking about the coaching carousel for the Saints is that they did, earlier, well, this was like last week, they signed Todd Grantham.
Yeah.
He's coming in as assistant with the Saints. He was an analyst with Alabama last season, and before then, he was the defensive coordinator at 3 different SEC schools. I'm getting that from Chris Lowe on ESPN. I know he was a DC. Yeah, he was a DC at Florida. That's why I remember him. He was a DC at Florida from 2018 to 2021. So again, kind of going back to what we said, right? Like this is DA's team in all facets. I just hope he's not doing the remix to like his old Oakland style, bro. Like that's my hope. Is like he's just not just running it back, saying like, you know what, we had a pretty successful thing.
Get Derek Carr in here. You got your coaches. All right,
we really are.
It's like
remaking the 2014.
People on Twitter telling me like I should trust this. You've earned my trust. This. Okay.
All right. We shall see. That said, we will be back maybe after the Super Bowl. If something happens before then, we will be back before then to talk about more shit going on with the Saints. Maybe we have to do another emergency episode, maybe not. But before we go, I did want to just give a big shout out to our Patreon community. We have, even though it's the off season, there's not a whole bunch going on football wise. Well, there is, but there is and there isn't. But the fact that we have cultivated this community. We have 3 Madden leagues, 3 of them. I was in 2. I'm thinking we'll just drop it down to 1, but we have 3 Madden leagues where, it's fun. The one that I'm in, where I'm the commissioner, I am like Kai Harley in this bitch. I am like, just like, okay, well, this is my cap. If I cut him, what's the dead money? I've invested. Like I sent you the I got who I'm targeting in free agency, who I want to draft. I got my draft board already set. I'm in it. So it's all, again, if you're about the team building aspect of things, and I'm the Lions in the league and in this league, if you're about the team building aspects of the shit that like is just interesting to you, it's a very, very fun, especially when like if your team sucks potentially and you're like, man, like how can I make this team get better? Like it's challenging me. So fun of all of us just as a community doing it, playing games against these other people in the UK, playing against people in the States. Just so fun. We have our Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 group where like, we could have like up to 3 to 5 or 6 of us on at the same time and just having fun, cracking jokes, just laughing. We just do so much shit in this community. That I just wanted to just say how truly thankful we are for all of y'all. We've gotten some messages, some DMs about how people have gravitated to our community, how they feel welcomed and kind of feel like they found like their little Saints niche, and that's hard to find. Like, Let me just say that is hard to find. Right at the beginning, like there wasn't a lot of places online. Like the first place was Saints Report, which is still a Saints niche, but it's sometimes a completely different place of how it used to be. And then it went from there. Then it transitioned to Twitter, where we had the Saints Twitter community as a whole on Twitter. But then like people got like clicks within the
there's clicks. So Facebook got their own shit, bro. Like it's trash.
Bro, I haven't had Facebook in
bro.
plus
I
years.
peep in them Saints groups on Facebook.
Ooh.
No, thank you.
But for us to have created this space, this place, and people genuinely enjoy it, connect, all that. It makes whatever the Saints do, however they annoy us and just frustrate us, whatever, like all that's like secondary to like what we've been able to create, what we've been able to build. So Ryan and I will always be eternally grateful for everyone for participating and being a part of it. If you are not a part of it yet, if you want to, you can simply just become a Patreon, whether it's, you could do $1 a month. Just $1 a month gives you access to the Discord where you can be in one of our Madden leagues, Call of Duty. That $1 a month also gives you to the Patreon podcast that doesn't have any ads. It's just a straight playthrough. All you gotta do is add the RSS to your favorite podcast player, podcast app that you and just listen to, and you don't have to worry about ads. So that's all I wanted to say. But I just wanted to give something back to everyone who's a part of our community. We got jerseys coming in this upcoming week. They should be here. They should either be here. It says between the 12th and the 19th. So got jerseys coming in, bro. Like I'm just thankful. Just truly thankful for everything. So with that, we're gonna get out of here. I am going to now go cause a ruckus at Hogwarts and just be the flyest nigga wizard you'd ever seen at Hogwarts. But truly, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for being patient.
A nigga wizard.
A nigga. Bruh, there's so many fucking great jokes about this fucking game, and it ain't even came out yet. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. No, they niggas even taking being a wizard away from us like this. But thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back either this week or after the Super Bowl. Appreciate y'all. With that,
peace.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You prepared your kids for their first steps. The first day at school, their first dance, that big test, all the wins along the way. With a College Savings Iowa 529 plan, you'll prepare them for even more. Register before May 31st for a chance to win a $1,000 contribution. Visit collegesavingsiowa.com to make the first move toward a bright future. College Savings Iowa. It's how parents get through college. Administered by the State Treasurer of Iowa.